Hi, welcome to She Spice. La Hip Bounce fans are humming after news broke that Lil Durk has formally argued that he is not blameworthy for a murder allegation, and the show is unfurling like a genuine episode of Force. The Chicago rapper, known for his outline-beating hits and road-smart verses, is presently trapped in the crossfire of a legitimate adventure that has got everybody talking. Theory is twirling about what truly went down, and keeping in mind that Durk keeps up with his honesty, the case is previously filling discussions online about notoriety, steadfastness, and whether the roads at any point truly let you go. Chicago rapper Lil Durk argued he is not blameworthy today on murder for hire charges. Durk Devontae Banks, was summoned in Los Angeles in the wake of being removed from Florida. The Inglewood local is charged with putting a hit out on rapper Quando Rondo. Rapper Lil Durk, conceived as Durk Devontae Banks, is confronting a serious fight in court in the wake of being arrested in Broward Region, Florida, held without bond. The Chicago hip bounce star is currently at the focus of a grave homicide. For recruit charge, starting far and wide consideration capture records from the Broward Sheriff's Office uncovered that Durk is being confined at the Broward area prison on the sake of the U.S. Marshals, underlining the government meaning of the case, while explicit insights concerning the charges remain firmly watched. The capture addresses a vital second in Durk's vocation and existence with the potential to change his direction altogether, as fans in the music industry anticipate further improvements. This high-profile case is now creating extreme theory. Durk's capture is supposedly part of a bigger examination that has ensnared 5 other Chicago people with associations with his hip jump. Aggregate just the family of TF as indicated by the Chicago Tribune. These partners Kavon London Award, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson Keith Jones David Bryan Lindsay, and ASA Houston face charges of homicide for enlistment. What's more, connivance to carry out murder for employment. The case focuses on the 2022 homicide of Savia Robinson, otherwise called Lil P a B, a cousin of rapper Quando. Rondo. The killing, which happened in Los Angeles, sent shockwaves through the hip jump local area and reignited gossipy tidbits about hidden pressures. This most recent improvement in the examination has projected a focus on Durk and his inner circle, leaving the business anxious as more subtleties arise. Lil Durk has been captured in Florida prison records, showing he was set up for the Broward area prison, forthcoming charges of homicide. For recruit, just recently 5 individuals from Lil Durk's hip-hop group were arraigned on government charges in Los Angeles in a plot to kill rapper Quando. Rondo endured a shooting in quite a while back, however, his cousin was killed. Agents say Rondo was designated in light of the fact that he was associated with the demise of Chicago. Rapper Ruler Vo later burned through 20 days in the Miami Government Detainment Center. Rapper Lil Durk was moved to California, where he showed up under the steady gaze of an appointed authority to address the major allegations against him, confronting claims of coordinating a homicide for a higher plot. Durk argued not liable during his arraignment in Los Angeles government court. This high-stakes legitimate fight has now made a critical stride forward with a preliminary date, formally set denoting a critical second for the situation that has enthralled the 2 fans and pundits. On Thursday, November 14th, the court in Los Angeles was tense as Lil Durk entered his request of not being blameworthy to charges of homicide for enlisting the charges that come from claims that Durk engineered a plot focusing on individual rapper Quando Rondo in 2022. Examiners contend that the rationale in the affirmed plan was counter to the demise of Durk's dear companion and associate, Ruler Vo, who was lethally shot in 2020 during a showdown, including Quan. Furthermore, his partner Timothy Lowell time spills the case has resuscitated well. Established strains between the camps of Durk and Quando, both of whom are unmistakable figures in the hip-hop world. Concurring with examiners, the supposed plot was carefully arranged following Ruler Von's passing, a misfortune that not just shook the music business, but also heightened a stewing quarrel between the 2 groups. Examiners claim they have proof proposing Durk played a focal job in organizing the assault. However, unambiguous subtleties stay fixed under government examination. Chicago rapper Lil Durk has argued that he is not blameworthy for government charges blaming him for funding and endeavoring retribution killing focusing on individual rapper Quando. Durk entered his supplication during an arraignment held Thursday evening in U.S. local court in Los Angeles. as indicated by a representative for the U.S. Lawyer's Office. A detainment hearing has been booked for December 12th, while the preliminary is set to start on January 7th. Examiners have asked the court to keep Lil Durk in guardianship until his preliminary, contending that he represents a critical flight hazard and a threat to public well-being. This solicitation, itemized in court records, mirrors the gravity of the claims against the Chicago rapper, who is blamed for playing a focal role in organizing a fierce plot. Banks was at first accused of tricking to carry out murder for employment in a criminal grievance, recorded on October 24, around the same time government examiners unlocked a prosecution ensnaring 5 others in the 2022 assault that left Savaya Robinson, the cousin of rapper Quando Rondo, whose genuine name is Taekwon Bowman, dead in Los Angeles. The arraignment charges that Banks and his partners were engaged with a cautiously arranged counter, focusing on Quando Rondo, further strengthening the long-standing pressures between the two rap groups. Investigators have painted Banks as the supposed driving force behind the plan, guaranteeing that his activities not simply prompted the lethal assault, yet also represented a proceeding with danger to public well-being due to his impact and assets. They referred to his admittance to significant monetary means, associations inside the hip-hop local area, and global fan base as variables that could empower him to escape the nation. If delivered on bond, Lil Durk is now confronting extra lawful difficulty following the documenting of an overriding prosecution in the U.S. Region Court for the focal region of California last week. The refreshed charges incorporate scheme and gun offenses, essentially expanding the seriousness of his case. If indicted, Banks could confront a daily existence sentence. He has been held without bail since his capture on October 24. As per the supplanting prosecution, Banks supposedly delivered a tune that tried to popularize the 2022 shooting, focusing on individual rapper Quando, Rondo and named Taekwon Bowman, which too brought about the passing of Rondo's cousin, Sava Robinson. Investigators asserted the track celebrated the fierce occurrence and benefited off the misfortune, further powering the contention encompassing the high-profile case. The supplanting prosecution makes things a stride further by claiming that Lil Durk's record mark is just the family. OTF was not simply a melodic venture. It also worked as a savage criminal association. Examiners guarantee that individuals from OTF were associated with demonstrations of homicide and attack, and that these violations were purportedly completed at the course of Banks. The prosecution recommends that these savage demonstrations were not arbitrary. However, they were expected to set and keep up with the power elements inside the association, guaranteeing that its individuals maintain their status inside the gathering. This new allegation paints OTF as a profoundly coordinated and hazardous substance, where faithfulness to Banks was allegedly upheld through vicious means, further confounding the case and lifting the accusations against the rapper of these disclosures. The extent of the case has extended, drawing huge consideration to the more obscure side of the music business. Furthermore, its crossing point with road-level viciousness is that Banks would put bounties on people that he and other OTF individuals needed to kill, including Bowman. The Examiner said, as a feature of the abundance of co-schemers known and obscure, they would pay anybody who participated in the killing of Bowman and additionally reward people with rewarding music and open doors with OTF. Notwithstanding Lil Durk, 5 other people have been charged in association with the supposed plot to kill Quando Rondo, Tai, and Bowman, every one of whom was captured in Chicago. The charges are Con, Cuz, or Vonnie Award. DeAndre D.D., Wilson Keith Flacca Jones, David Brown Eyes Lindsay, and ASA. Boogie Houston. These people, generally allegedly attached to Durk's association, face charges of connivance to carry out murder for recruit and related offenses, further extending the extent of the examination. As per investigators, the plan to kill Bowman was considered as a demonstration of reprisal for the killing of Ruler Vow, a darling Chicago rapper and close protege of Durk Lord. Vow conceived Devin Bennett was unfortunately shot and killed outside an Atlanta hookah. Relax on November 6, 2020, following fight including Bowman and his group. Vaughn's passing sent shockwaves through the hip-hop. The local area is said to have lighted a destructive pattern of retribution inside the rap world, with the supposed plot to target Bowman seen as a feature of a more extensive influx of brutality, originating from the progressing strains between the two camps. The ongoing series of captures fills in as a subscribe She Spice for more videos.